Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 3. Oh my goodness, has this been an epic qualifying best of 3 series. Phantom Lord, your thoughts, good sir?
Whew! Crazy matches between these two teams. First game was just like on a hair. It was so close between both teams, going back and forth. Second game, proving that those early ganks top and mid to really help the team. We had just the usual taking that last game with that Udyr ganking top and then mid, and having their team snowball into victory. Gragas was the MVP of
For sure.
that last game, being a really good pick for that team, and yeah, just really exciting matches so far.
One-shotting squishies. That's exactly what Gragas was doing. Janna would be like, doop-a-doop-a-doop, thunk, down in the ground. Yeah, easy as that. And then what do? It's 4-on-5. You have to concede those towers. You have to minimize your losses. Yeah, it's a good way to snowball. Very excellent play from both of them. And you can see the bans coming out. No Gragas ban this round, but Lee Sin is still on the table. So what do you think of these?
Raz, Shen, Udyr, pretty standard bans. We do have that Udyr ban now going out from Veritas because of that last game. Udyr just doing so well. I don't think they were able to handle it, and that's why the ban is going out. We do have Rammus and Lee standard bans, and the APs now in first game started off with 4 of them. It's limiting now to just 2. So Rise and Cassiopeia, both top AP picks because of the utility that they have in the laning phase. Of course, both of them have stuns and what they contribute on to a late game with team fights and helping out their team. Looking at the first pick now for blue side, which is Veritas. Yeah. They do grab the Shyvana. Shyvana, as we all know, a really strong jungler. She can also be top lane, but we don't see that too often. And on the purple side now, just the usual, coming out with that Tristana Alistar pick, which they will most likely lock in. Alistar is a extremely aggressive bottom lane, kills comp. No, switching to a Janna. Okay, there we go. I was like, oh yes, AP Janna, please. Can we see something like that?
Battle caller Janna, yeah, take that mid, do some damage. Yeah, I mean, Shyvana, excellent pick for those first choice, and as you have been seeing more and more in these top tier games. By the way, I think these guys are pretty much 2,000 to 1,700 range. Like, I think at least 6 of them are over the 2,000 mark. So you're probably even going to see them in your matches coming out there, Phantom. But those first picks.
I'm familiar with a few of these guys. Yep.
Oh, so you actually have played with a few of them. Yeah, so you can verify right there, Mr. 2300. Yeah, that's a huge score. But yeah, these first picks, you take those ambiguous picks. Could be top, could be jungle. Shyvana fits that, but yeah, I think people really want to get behind the damage that she can do. Look at this, straight out of M5's playbook. Kog'Maw Nunu, bottom lane.
Kog'Maw Nunu is just so strong. Really, one of their strengths is the ability to back off from getting ganked. Nunu, of course, with his slow, and Kog'Maw with his bile slow as well, able to just run away from danger. Of course, they can use that to their advantage in following through and committing to a kill bottom lane. So both teams have really aggressive bottom lanes. We have that Kog'Maw Nunu versus the Alistar and Tristan. Oh, is that a Swain pick?
That's a Swain pick.
And they're following through. Veritas with that Swain pick like they had first game. Swain just dominated that entire game.
Are we going to see Swain versus Gragas, do you think?
Maybe. That's not really a good lane. Swain, I think, would have a decent advantage. He's usually meant for team comps. So if he gets countered right now, I don't know how it would contribute to purple team to just the usual's comp. We do have the Rise ban and Cassiopeia ban, which are both APs that are strong against Swain. So you called it. What is this? You should be an AP mid player.
I'm terrible at AP mid.
You wanna take my role on the team and play for me?
I'd love to play with you, just not as you. Yeah, 2300 is a huge bracket, but no, I don't know. The Gragas versus Swain, both of them again, those movement modifiers. But I mean, Loopy was very strong on that Gragas. So this is game number 3. You got to put your best foot forward. We have M5 tactics. We got a kill lane with Leona. We got a jungling Alistar, for Pete's sake. Like, everything is coming out of the books here. Everything is coming out of the books.
Jungle Alistar is extremely strong. If Veritas does not get this aggressive invade onto the purple team, onto just the usual, that Alistar is going to take wolves, take blue, and he's going to go straight mid lane for a level 2 gank. You'll see it. Swain will get headbutted away from safety and pulled, so he'll be stunned. Gragas will just then throw on a barrel and ignite and auto attack it, and then Swain will just instantly drop. But mid lane, looking at just the Swain versus the Gragas lane comp, I would say this is hands down in the Gragas' favor because Shyvana is the jungler for blue team. Shyvana does not really have that great of ganking capabilities. Unless Swain lands his stun, Gragas should be able to get out of there no problem because he has that little jump, that distance closer with his E. Should be just fine. So I don't know. Rumble top lane. Rumble also has the ability to get his little shield and get away from any kind of danger. We do have Rumble versus Aurelia. Both of them running ignites. We see 3 ignites here on purple team. Just the usual, really taking a hold of those aggressive summoners. Tristana, of course, a champion that does not have any sort of need for flash because she has her jump, running heal ignite versus the flash and heal that Kog'Maw has. So if Leona gets in that stun and Tristana follows, it could be really deadly for either Kog'Maw or Nunu. Nunu does have heal as well, so they have a double heal bottom lane. It all depends if Tristana lands that ignite onto one of the people that they're focusing first to cut that heal in half. It's going to be really strong for them bottom lane. And yeah, I think I would say, to be honest, this game, purple team, just the usual, is my favorite. That Gragas mid lane versus Swain, if Gragas gets his early poke off and really pushes Swain away from getting any kind of CS and has his Alistar get that little level 2 gank that we should see right at the start, he's going to win it and dominate for his team just like he did last game. What do you think, Chester?
Well, as a top lane pick, Aurelia should be able to do a good number on Rumble, but it really comes down to the gameplay. Like, the Swain was doing beautiful work game 1, but Lupinus did beautiful work game 2, and we got an M5 lane set up there. Like, this is going to be my first time in person being able to look at this. I'd like Shyvana. She does have a weakness to that mid, but that's why you just go to the other lanes. Like, I mean, Leona is not going to be going too far, and I really can't jump backwards that well. So it's really going to come down to the play. I'm going to go with the blue. I did like the Swain. I'm a big fan of M5 now, and that Shyvana, I got to give it to them.
So 3 games in a row, both of us are having opposite bets every single time. And it's 1-1. I believe first game I got the right bet, and second time I got the wrong one. So here we should see an exciting third match coming up right now between these two teams. Veritas on blue side versus just the usual on purple side. Both teams have really interesting team comps, and we're going to see what happens here in just a moment.
Yeah, we're going to be loading in here, guys. Game number 3 here in the Fatal1ty tournament. First qualifier. Before we get into that, a quick word from Sound Blaster, and we're going to get right into the action. Stay tuned. God, I love that commercial. That energy, that music gets you going. Oop, that's the wrong button. There we go. All right, so we are loading in. You can see we're just waiting on I Got Baron, and we're going to get this rolling. But that is a sexy Kog'Maw right there. Look at that.
That skin is not used that often. It's usually the, what's it called? The festival one.
Yeah,
I love
Chinese
it. Chinese
firecrackers, yeah. Yeah, you got Nunu up there, the casting Yeti with their real faces. God, I love Zennington. They're fun times. I really like that Leona skin. Just such intricate detail on the armor. Just really turns me on. I don't know why. And here we go, game number 3. We're jumping in. Look at those health pots pop up on that bottom, and pop, 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 pop. 3s and 3s and 3s and 2s. 4 wards to 3. Look at that. The top lane Rumble going to probably do that early ward that we saw last time. Again, the teams are flipped. This time, Veritas and Celeritas are on blue, just the usual up here on the red, and we do got a little bit of a train going down through this red jungle.
Yeah, it looks like just the usual is going to go through this bottom try. Are they going to get there first before this Kog'Maw? This could be very bad for the Kog'Maw.
Hello!
And there he gets flash pulled. There's the jump, and he's definitely going to fall.
Yes, indeed.
Uh-oh. First blood going to Gragas.
Did he flash? Wait. Did Kog'Maw flash at the end? He did.
Yes, he did.
Oh,
he did.
no.
So he burned his flash and
died anyways.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
And that's why it's so important to group up as a team. Normally, with my team, what we do is we decide what we want to do before we load into the game. So as soon as we load in, we buy our items and quickly start moving to the position we want to. And there's the result. You get first blood, you give your team the advantage, and that's going to be so huge. Gragas now going to be dominating that mid lane.
Oh, dear. It was the Gragas, you're right.
Yep. Shyvana doing a good job now spotting that the enemy team is invading. They did drop a ward down on their red bush, so she's going to go ahead and steal the enemy's red.
Yeah, good move on her. Stay as far away from that pain train as you can, and get yourself a nice red. But you know, these are dead race. Oh, looks like they're only going to take the big one, but still, the damage is done. We got the first blood. Gragas not going to be heading to town quite yet, but he will have some cash under his belt. Are they going for a blue straight up? They're going to give it to blue.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, no, Gragas going back. I was going to say, if they give this to Gragas, it's game over for Swain.
No, Alistair's going to be picking up this blue here. As I said, he's going to be getting that really early level 2 gank. We'll see here in just a moment. He's going to be going through to the Swain. No, no, he's going back. Yep, there we go. We see he shouldn't be doing that because Gragas does have that XP. And at the same time, Shyvana's going top with red. Here we have
she's been spotted,
Alistair
though.
going in.
Yeah, she's been spotted.
And he's going to decide to go bottom instead. This Cog Flash is burned, so this is going to be a great decision, but there is a ward there, so see how fast Kog'Maw responds. He's not going to respond fast enough. And there we have the engage from Leona and Tristan. Cog is definitely going to fall down there.
We're trying to give it to Tristana. I can see Chris just sitting there like, I could Q and get the kill. I could Q and get the kill. Nope, give it to the AD carry. And again, Tristana, Raging Kenny. This was the Tristana player from game number 1 that just did such phenomenal work, even though it came down to that race. Oh, hello, there's a Shyvana up here. Immediately get exhausted, as well as a flash out. Pawn Gypsy's going to be okay, but Irelia... Actually, no, she didn't flash. Who flashed? I clearly saw a flash. Was it Shyvana?
I think the flash was from Shyvana.
No,
really, it does have boots, so she shouldn't be too
I'm just
worried
crazy. It must have been the dash from Irelia, not a flash. So I do apologize. Because nobody there has a flash that's been burned. Like, Irelia does not have a flash at all.
I just checked that.
Yeah, she has exhaust and smite. So, yeah, none of that.
But look, Wayne is getting caught over here, but he flashes out. Just a
money shot there. Everyone coming to collapse. Yeah, it's good. It's good. But oh my goodness, like such aggressiveness from just the usual. They're pulling out all the stops. They want to go on to face these pros, man.
Yeah, they did lose that first game, and then they bumped up their spirits in taking that second game. So now they definitely want this. And with this early 2 kills that they have, with a 1,000 gold advantage just to start, should be really, really strong for them.
Yep.
We do see Alistair now coming top lane with that blue.
Oh,
and,
it's going to be too little
there's the
too late.
Ignite onto Rumble.
Too little, too late. Yeah, we forced the flash. We got that ignite, the overshield or the overheat going out, but that's just gonna silence him. But yeah, too little, too late. We just could not wait for that Alistar.
Oh, the mid lane, Gragas this point through. No, he's gonna fall as well. Both players getting poked onto each other, and Gragas throwing all onto Swain. First Swain, then throwing a ignite onto Gragas, and both of them falling as Gragas took one tower hit to fall to his death.
That's 2 kills this night I've missed. Oh, I'm so off my game.
That's pretty good, to be honest.
Not for me, but that's all right. Yeah, Raging Kenny and Starmie down here. Now, we got this Leona lane again, but it does look very passive. We are getting these pot shots out of Money Shot. I think if Leona could just jump onto him, we could have Raging Kenny there in a heartbeat, and that could be another dead lizard. And there goes the jump. Here's the E. There's Leona, but she does miss it thanks to that flash. We do have that Ignite ticking down. It's not going to be enough, though, so I don't know. I kind of wanted Starmie to lead that instead of Kenny. Because as soon as Kenny jumps, you know that something's happening. So I don't know. Could have been a decent kill, I thought.
Yeah, you called that, and it happened just a few moments later. So they are definitely gonna be dominating that lane, the Tristana and Leona bottom, because of those 2 deaths. The Kog'Maw gonna be so far behind now. He's at 16 CS, 228 CS. Tristana with 1 kill. And Swain getting a binding here to Gragas, but he is not phased at all. He's just going to eat it up with his W, damage reduction. And Shyvana invading jungle here onto Alistar. Both players do not see each other. I know there's a ping. Gragas does see, and Shyvana decides to actually leave the jungle instead. So Swain, even though he's a level down and a kill down, all that damage from Gragas' barrel, is deciding to just put the poke on, put the aggression on, and that's what's really great. You cannot be too passive. Even though you're down, you have to make opportunity. And Rumble top.
Yeah, I see him. He's going to be in some pain. The flash headbutt. We're waiting for the Q. We're going to try to juke it out, but going to go back and forth. That is a warded bush, and there's nothing really Rumble can do here. He's just going to start getting auto-attacked. He does not have a flash. It's still down for 115 seconds. The shield is helping, but great positioning from that Alistar. That's going to be another kill into just the usual's favor. And they're up now 4-1 and 1,500 gold. And this poor Kog'Maw, I just got a feel for him at this point.
Yeah, that was a great positioning there by Alistar and Aurelia. A lot of times players use those bushes to juke and gain some distance. If Alistar didn't have the cooldown there at the end to get the headbutt, Rumble could have possibly gone away, but instead he stayed down and waited for the Rumble to make the move. Of course, Aurelia warded that bush, so they played it calm and cool and, of course, took that kill.
Yeah, we got a little bit of aggressiveness coming from this bottom lane. We are now going to be forcing up Raging Kenny and Starmie. So this bottom, it looks like a little bit of a AoE, a little bit of a single target going down. Starmie finally gets one of her Qs off, but it's just a little bit of a love tap. Not going to be a kill. Raging Kenny was just too far back. Tristana couldn't jump in. Did use the E, though, on that explosive shot. And we do have the jungler coming down to support. There are no wards here. There is one to the left, but he's not coming that way. Are we going to go for the kill? Yes, we are. Havix is going to be the target. We don't have a flash, but a headbutt, and that will be another kill here for Tristana. Kog'Maw can only stand back and do pot shots.
Beautiful play by Just the Usual, giving those kills to Tristana. As I said, Tristana in the AD role, AD being the most important role down mid-late game, which games normally go to in these tournament matches, as we are seeing right here. And Tristana with 2 kills is just going to be so strong against this Kog'Maw now, which is at 2 deaths. Oh my goodness.
I think I heard your Skype there.
Yes, that was on my phone. My apologies.
Not to worry, my good friend. 5-1 with almost 2K, yeah, 2.2K gold difference at this point. Where is Rumble going? He's just going to do a little bit of Warden, but this could be the trick. Look at that boots of mobility coming in. We are going to, the flash is going to be saving his life, but that boots of mobility, I mean, that is a very, very scary wandering Alistar.
Alistar doing a good job leaving a ward on Aurelia's lane, even though Aurelia is winning that lane, just contributing, and that's the role of the jungler, is to roam around. If a lane is losing, he wants to put some presence in that area to help his laner win and gain the advantage to help later on, because if that lane doesn't get any help and that lane is losing, then it's going to be really bad and it's just going to snowball out of control. So he's leaving that ward there to help out that Aurelia and do as much as he can to assist his team.
Yeah, Shyvana up top. It goes right into a ward that bush that's warded, and she does have to back off. We got the overheat going on this Rumble, but that's okay. No danger, and we know that we cannot go through this tri-bush because it is warded. But so the boots of mobility Alistar just kind of sitting around. He might take over the lane so that I really can go back. She actually, she's only gone back once, I believe, but she has a lot of magic resist to her name now, 106. It does look like Rumble is actually going to be the one going to town, and amplifying with the cloth. He's going to get that Ninja Tabi, very typical play from him. He's done the Ninja Tabi 3 games in a row now over 3 different champions. And yeah, here we go. Irelia is going to head to town, but Alistar is going to continue on his merry way, and I don't know, it looks like maybe a little bit of a passive period. 10-minute mark now passed. I expect the dragon to be of interest fairly soon.
Yeah, we did see a ping onto blue side there. Blue, Veritas might get their blue stolen. Alistar is roaming around, and he's going to try and grab that. Of course, he has those rank 5 boots. That's going to make him run super fast. Yeah. It's always scary to see a cow running extremely fast. And yep, he's going to grab that to Gragas. Gragas, nice. Interesting enough, going for 3 Doran rings.
Yeah, he's had that since the beginning.
Yeah, it's not something you see too often. Oh, they're going to get 3-man gank top. This Rumble is, of course, going to fall. Gragas not caring about that tower damage. Just run right through.
Not at all. He has an ultimate to back this up, and there we go. Pawn Gypsy going to be taking out that Rumble. Now putting us up at 6-1. And I feel like we're just watching some very gank-centric play right now. That's indeed a hard word to say. Gank.
It is. I don't even want to try.
Yep. Don't do what I just did.
Having a lot of trouble right now, and here we see Gragas and Alistar getting a lot more pressure onto the Swain. Ignite goes down, and he's just gonna fall down there. Gragas.
The belly bounce. And the minion. This should be a dragon, because look at this down south. We're getting Nunu blown up right now. Money Shot is here as well. We do throw down that exhaust on top of Raging Kenny. It's not going to matter because Money Shot's going to go down. We reset it, the timer, but it's just not enough. But we do got Gragas now coming in with the blue. And there's an Alistar there to boot, and that is going to be one dead Nunu. And this is going to be a dragon or a tower, possibly both. Irelia's still up top, so Rumble can't do anything about it. Shyvana is going back to town, and there's nobody else on the board to stop this dragon from just the usual.
Yeah, that Alistar pick proving to be really strong, roaming around the map with his rank 5 boots, getting as much presence in every lane.
Is this going to be kills? 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 Nope. Okay. This top lane, man. Jesus.
I feel really sorry. I feel sorry for the Kog'Maw at the start of the game, but now Rumble is going to get dove in by Aurelia, and that flash dash just,
flash dash.
Eaten alive. Flash dash.
Oh my goodness. Looks like that Gragas is starting to spiral, man. 4-1. Irelia's sitting at 3-0. And to boot, Tristana 3-0 with that Zeal pickaxe. So she is going to start really cranking out that attack speed. And yeah, oh my goodness. 12 minutes in. It's 18k to 12.5. Dragon's down. People are dead. Bear's not even spawned yet, man.
10-1. This is like a solo queue game right here. You don't normally see this many kills in this kind of a tournament style game. Leona sitting in that bush there, waiting for anyone to get closer. That lane is extremely pushed up, so she's gonna have the opportunity to do something. Nunu's running very close, and Tristana moves up, which signals there we see the Alistar coming in. They should definitely spot that. Yes, they do. And they get out just in time.
Oh, just millimeter of freedom. My goodness. But yeah, look at that cow just running around, doing stuff with that mobility. And this is what he wants to do. He wants to keep up this big pressure. He just wants to make sure that these ganks happen. He's putting up, even just showing his face, they just instantly fall back. Throw some mana his way, and that's just going to make Tristana's job all that much easier. What's going on in the mid? Shyvana shows up, but that's cool because Gragas is too cool for school, and he's going to grab himself a blue buff here from the mighty Battle Cow.
Yeah, Veritas is having a difficult time here with the Shyvana. She's going over to the blue now, trying to, but look at this really nice play. They know she's there. They pulled back. They had that ward over there at that ramp, and they pulled back and took that blue with ease. But having a really difficult time, Veritas, with this Swain and Shyvana gank in mid lane. Alistair's creeping here in the bush. Might have some sort of bait going on. Both teams know each other there.
Oh. Didn't quite work, but we got a kill in the mid anyways because Shyvana was here, but the Battle Cow Gragas combo was just enough. That barrel ticking down so much on top of this Swain. 67 ability power to 185. Gragas is really taking this, and Pawn Gypsy just doing work with that. Wits and up top takes the entire tower. So yes, Leona didn't quite get the gank that she wanted, but across the board, just the usual. We might be seeing a 20-minute surrender.
I do think so as well. They have excellent ward coverage right now. Every single lane is winning. They're going to be taking every single dragon after this next one spawns with almost no pressure, I'd assume, as long as they push up those minion waves. We do see Baron is now spawning, and yet bottom lane.
Money shot's gone down as well. Look at that exhaust coming out. He's going to be trying to push for the Raging Kenny, and they're actually going to back off. Raging Kenny. I thought that Tristana was going to be enough, but hello, Battle Cow. Oh, look at that flash. That was such a pro flash, but that barrel's not going to matter. It was aimed perfectly right on top of his face, and Chris is going to take Chris is going to take a little damage, but who cares at this point? There goes the bot tower. This dragon should be up in the next 3 minutes, and there's no red to steal, but there is a Shyvana, and we do have an ultimate ready from Gragas. Unfortunately, he didn't throw it out. Could have been a sweet cherry on top of that icing, but no, we're just going to jump in anyways. There's the ultimate. It unfortunately wasn't the best one right there. Yeah, Loopy's going to have to get on back out of that.
Yeah, I'm sure he felt like, man, I should have used it right there after all. And so there we saw him flash over the wall, getting that ult onto Shyvana, but he didn't have any team. And Nunu walking into the bush here as Leona instantly responds, and he just gets shot with his back to the wall.
Taking lessons from Kog'Maw, huh?
Oh my goodness.
Bam, 14-1 with a 10,000 gold lead, folks. 10,000 gold lead. We're at 16.5 minutes. Like, we can't surrender. Baron just spawned. We're going to have a second dragon popping up momentarily. And, like, things are just spiraling out of control. Look at this. Gragas sitting at 7,000 gold. Swain 4, and Swain is the captain of the team at this point. That's a 3,000 just mid lane difference overall across the board. Just the usual. Ours putting forth a very strong foot.
And top lane we see that Aurelia is focusing onto Rumble now, just sitting in the bush. Rumble showed up just to try to get some CS, and Aurelia popped a full combo. And there we mid lane with Gragas popping an ult to Swain. Swain getting into his ult, but it's not enough. She does get away in time, and looks like they're going to now focus the tower.
They don't even need Baron. They can just steamroll at this point.
And that's a smart move. They don't want to try and get a Baron snipe to have them fall even further, maybe further behind than they want to be.
The Battle Cows and Oracles, they clean up that nice jungle ward. Here's the vision for our blue team. Absolutely nothing except their minions and their close towers. As opposed to our nice red team, lots of wards around. They got this jungle fairly under control. Both sides is under their control, under their protection. And really, it's like a trapped feeling that you kind of get here for Veritas, Celeritas. Two very close games. This is not the way that they should want to be ending this, and to boot, Rumble about to drop once more.
Oh, and Shyvana is going to fall down. Yes, she does. Shyvana tried to initiate onto the Gragas. Gragas sort of like steadily walked away and just got his combo on. One barrel, took out like a fourth of her HP, ignited, ulted, and Shyvana was dead.
I see GG well plays coming out. 18 minutes in, we just got to wait 2 minutes for that surrender, but it's pretty overwhelming at this point. Leona coming in, that's going to be enabling the kill for Raging Kenny, so Tristana picking up another one for her repertoire. 603, 008, 007, 501. We have one death, and that's Gragas.
Yep,
impressive
Gragas
scores.
Got greedy.
Impressive scores. We're about to take this bot tower, no problem. 30k, just 17.6. That dragon's up. We're going for a Swain. It's no problem. Swain's down. Picks that up for Tristana, who now has a nice blue. Lots of rocket jumping coming her way. And I don't know why Rumble went top again, because he has not won this fight yet. And he does have to flash on out again. Pawn Gypsy could easily finish him off, but she's going a little bit more conservative. There is a tower there, and she doesn't want to tank too many of them. But bot tower, man.
Yeah, that Kog'Maw just getting dominated right off the start. It just put
Yeah, quick
bottom
0-2,
lane so far behind, and Alistair just said, well, bottom's winning. I don't really have to go down there,
Nope.
so I'm gonna go top. And here we saw Rumble getting denied just as hard as Kog'Maw did. Graga is now soloing Dragon
Well,
with
this game has like
no
30
problem.
seconds left in it, so just looking at the scores, 162 creeps for our Tristana. Our Kog'Maw did, he came back a little bit. He's up to 102, 117 for our Swain, but my gosh, Gragas 171. Only person with a death, has himself that death cap. People are just buying their last items to look good on their record. And as you can see, Infinity Edge Zeal with another crit cape at the 20-minute mark for Tristana. We got a hat, we got a revolver, we have a lot of stuff, and that's going to be GG. Well played right there. So just the usual will be crowned the winners. They win themselves 5 of our sound cards.
Victory.
That the exact name escapes me right now. The five Sound Blaster Recon 3D Fatal1ty Professional Sound cards. We are going to be giving Veritas a Celeritas, the Fatal1ty Professional Series Gaming Headsets Mark II, and we will encourage Veritas a Celeritas to jump into the next qualifying round. It does start tomorrow, guys. Make sure you sign up because you can win prizes. You can play against pros next weekend if you can do what Just the Usual did just here by winning the grand finals of a qualifier. And that's a wrap. So Phantom, thoughts?
That's just the usual. I mean, they lost their first game. They kept it really close. Just the team fights, they didn't really have it, but then it seemed like they warmed up and really stepped up their game. Game 2, of course, they had everything really coordinated with their jungler and ganks. In Game 3, we saw the same exact thing swapped out with those ganks of Alistair. Of course, that first blood bottom lane with the Kog'Maw, unfortunate indeed, but he came around, knew that Kog'Maw's flash was down, and he got another gank on and just kept cycling through the map. And unfortunately, Veritas was not able to come back from being down so far on their important roles, the AD and, of course, the top lane. Great game. I would say the first game was one of the most impressive close games I have ever seen. And these are two great teams. They played amazingly, and I hope Veritas does jump into the next qualifier so we can see them play again because they're a good group of guys, and they have some really strong synergy between the team.
Yeah, for sure, guys. I'm going to link here in the chat one more time, beyondgaming.com/page/fatality. You can search it up on the Google. It's everywhere right now on the Twitter and the Facebook. And just sign up. We got all these qualifiers. You can play against the pros. You get swag. We got $14,000 in cash that now Just the Usual is going to be able to partake in. And that's some pretty awesome stuff. So good game, well played. 2-1 for the series. Those are some amazing games. Kind of a terrible way to go out for your third 19-1 after 2 such fantastic games, but hey, that aggression just really allowed them to snowball very nicely, and that's why you don't want to pull a double lift, guys, because things like this might happen afterwards. So, good game, well played. Phantom Lord, any last shout-outs before we head on out?
No, I would just like to thank everyone that was watching these games. These tournaments are going to be pretty often, guys, so get your team together. If you don't have a team, just find some friends. Do some solo queue games, find some people you like and play with, and participate, because there are a lot of prizes out there and there are a lot of tournaments, and this is definitely one of those tournaments where has great prizes, and you guys might get a shot at claiming some of them. So thanks for watching, and keep coming back, guys. We do have a few more matches in the near future. We are going to be joined back here, I believe, Jester, 4 more times. We have 3 more qualifiers, and then the finals, of course, which will be in about a week.
Yep, next Saturday, 7 p.m., we will start going live with the grand finals, but that means we have to have 3 more qualifiers. The qualifiers run every day if you can advance through the rounds, guys, and we will be casting the finals of every one. So Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern? No, 8 p.m. Eastern. Sunday, 8 p.m. Let's try all this again. Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern will be the next time we go live with the top 2 teams. Hopefully, we'll see Veritas and Celeritas there. But yes, mark it in your calendar. Wednesday, Friday as well. The other 2 qualifiers, and we will get this going. Big thanks to the sponsors: Fatal1ty, Complexity, Beyond Gaming. They're doing a lot to help out this tournament. But all the hardware and stuff: Fatal1ty, Sound Blaster, AS Rock, OCZ. Newegg, and Fatal1ty, you have yourself a fantastic night, sir.
Thank you. You too, Jester, and see you later, guys.
Take care.